Hola, les habla Lorena Mora-Mowry para Mujer Latina Today. Today we have Andy and Susana is a mother and a young Latino that is going to share his story about depression because he is not alone, we are not alone as parents. So welcome to Mujer Latina Today.
Thank you. My story is different. It's like everybody's story is individual, but I know like the things that set me off where of course everybody gets like one heartbreak early, and that really kind of just threw my world. So that was the first thing that kind of spiraled it out, but a lot of things just seem to go wrong, and I have a whole philosophy about that whole thing, but it was just, I noticed that what really got me to the point where I needed help, where I just felt like I was completely by myself. It was that I started having these like negative thoughts, and to me, more than the story, it's more like telling people like what it is, so they know how to help. Because I feel like one of the things I remember about it was that when I felt depressed and people like came up to me, and there was people that were like, hey, like what's wrong? Like they clearly saw something was off, but I just didn't want to be around people. So it's like counterproductive, because when you're depressed, you feel alone. And then when people want to help you, you want to be alone and you don't want to talk about it.
So there's a cycle.
So it's like really hard for people to help you because they don't know why you're being so secluded. They don't know that that's part of it.
How your mom will help you in that precise moment that you want to be alone in your bedroom?
Right. That's funny because she tried, and she's a really, really caring person, and she's really sweet. And she tried a lot, and it's just like I realized, like I remember, I was like, you don't know what it feels like, you don't know what you're talking about, like just leave me alone, like I don't want to be, because I was focused on things that like there's no way she could have known, in my head. Like I was like my girlfriend and like my life thing, like I'm questioning a bunch of things here and there, and like there's things that to me are very real that she's so disconnected from.
So what I can tell you from the science part of it is that when we are sad or when we lose self-esteem, and that can happen to anybody can face that, but when we systemically feel that, then what happens is our chemistry in the brain changes, and we stop generating a chemical that is needed to feel happy, which is dopamine. And the longer you are in that position of sadness, your brain starts to stop producing it. So basically then it becomes a deficiency of this chemical that doesn't help you to move forward. Besides the environment, right, that is provoking you to feel sad. So usually there's a trigger, and if it's a continuous stimulus that is creating this bad image and bad experiences, then the more vulnerable people are to go to that condition. So that for me as a mother was like, I couldn't do anything by myself. So we tried everything. We tried to go to therapy, didn't work, and anything. But one thing that at least helped me was God. Pray, have hope, believe, and love. Because there's nothing more precious than your children. You will give your life, you know that. So that's what I can tell you as a mother. And now I would like him to say, if you want, what triggered you to move forward.
Yeah, it's just really, it's really hard to like pinpoint how to help. Like you really can't.
So what happened that triggered you to move out? Because right now you're doing good.
Well, it's gonna sound really, really silly, but it's just like that love. I don't know. Like I went through I learned the hard way all the time, and I got in this cycle that she explained it scientifically, but to me, like what it felt like was I got in a really sad place, and so I had a bunch of sad thoughts, like for example, the heartbreak. I was like, well, I'm not good enough. Like I was trying to be the best person to this person, and it ended up with like infidelity and stuff. So it's like, if being a good person isn't enough to keep this person, then what's the point? Why be outstanding if it brings you to this kind of pain? Why not just not care about, just be selfish and do things for you? And so that led me to a bunch of actions that just made me hate myself, like more. Like it gave me evidence, because the negative thoughts are just thoughts. Like I guess that's where the first piece of advice would be, just like know yourself, like know who you are, and know that it's never too late to turn around, to like try and improve. And even though you feel like you can't and you just don't want to, like I remember feeling like I was like, okay, I should go to the gym, to increase dopamine, because she did her research. She like helped me with research. She got on the computer. I can't believe she did that for me. But she told me like go to the gym, and I was like I just don't want to be pushing heavy. Like I want to go to sleep. I don't want to be awake. I want to push myself as far away from this as possible. And I remember that it really is just like anything. I think like if you practice it, it just starts to kind of take effect. Like if you want to sing but you can't, you start practicing every day. So like it might feel like terrible at first. It's almost like, it's ironic because it's lack of a drug called dopamine, it's lack of a chemical, but it's like fighting chemical dependency. Like you have to kind of, like it's gonna hurt at first, but then like the more that you, like working out helps, talking to people who really love you helps the most. Puppies, I've actually like, it's weird, but my pets,
No, they help a lot.
puppies actually have been proven to help with depression. So like just going out and doing stuff with
Because it's your friend, it's always next to you and
that
wait for
love,
you.
that
And
love is magic.
yeah, it's
I
magic.
believe that.
But not only dog, really.
No, love in
Love
general.
in
Because
general.
that's what the dogs do. Like they
But
just.
tell me about now. I know that love helped you a lot. He has a girlfriend.
It was pretty much the epitome of it. Like having friends that really like were just there and trying. They didn't give up either. Having my mom not give up all of a sudden, and most importantly, like realizing there's a big life lesson that I learned, that time is relative. So when you're depressed, an hour can seem like 3-4 days. Like you're just like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be alive. Blah,
And
blah,
did you
blah,
sleep
blah,
a
blah.
lot all the time?
I slept a lot, and time is relative. So if I thought about it, once I started coming out of it, I was like, it took me a year, 365 days to get over my heartbreak, and that's nothing if you think about it. Like a year, it's about to be the next year. I just remember 2015. So in that short amount of time, it got better. So don't give up is the biggest thing for both the parents and the people.
To say, but what you would like to say that really have helped you a lot in this moment? And I would...
Laughter, make comedy out of whatever, watch comedy, like make jokes out of everything, don't take everything so harsh, and realize that, everybody makes mistakes and it takes nothing, like nobody could really tell you you're a bad person, not even yourself, if you make a conscious effort to like better yourself in every way, like read more, go out and like, if something's bothering you about the way that you talk to people, go out and try and learn how to do that. It's just really about, like, the thing that's so hard is that depression makes you think negatively. And I can't really, like, once you come out of it, it's you can't even remember what that was like. Because, you know what I mean? Like, so it's hard to really pinpoint, but I know that not giving up on myself, and no one can help you if you don't want to help yourself, first and foremost. So the decision has to be yours, that you're done with this bad feeling, that it takes no time at all, relatively, a year at least, you know what I mean?
You can start today,
Yeah,
and you will have people that will go with you on the way. and it's difficult.
There's
Life
help
is not-
everywhere. There's numbers you can call. There's your friends, like people who you really know love you. You know who those people are without a doubt. Like you know in your heart. And listening to them when they try to help you out, because they really care and they won't steer you wrong. And if you're lost or whatever have you, like look to them for guidance.
So as a mother, I think in general, everybody has their own story, right? But in general, you have the right to be sad, but you have also the right to be happy. And when sometimes life is difficult, do anything you can to look at the positive of everything. Get around with things that make you feel happy. Like exercise is one of the best things you can do. Reading, go outside, explore nature, pets, and all that. Do whatever you can. You are worth it. Don't give up on yourself, like he's saying. There's a lot of love around you, and love is the most powerful energy to get anybody from a hole and to move forward with their lives.
And I think about
people that go through depression are usually people that I feel like I can't even really say that, but I feel like they're people that are really, really strong-minded, and they're actually people that like just see things differently and feel like they are alone, but they're not. And this world is so crazy on its head right now that it's not hard to believe that people get depressed, you know, but it all gets fixed with love. I don't know how else to put it, and it can't just be one person. It's gotta be everybody taking care of themselves and choosing to make the conscious decision to make loving decisions. And if that's it, just go run that through that filter. Like, is this decision based off of love? If it's not, then it's not the right decision, period.
So yes, we are talking about love, and we're talking about principles, right? We're talking about if it's the right thing to do, and it's not going to hurt anybody, and it's something that is related to love, then do it. It's the right thing. And when you think it's going on the wrong way, then think about it. You are worth it. You need to rethink. Those are principles, right? Not to kill, not to steal. No. Love, work, help others, forgive.
and take care of yourself first, because
and help yourself.
They help.
Start with yourself. Yeah.
we are not alone. We are not a therapist. We're not an expert. So even in our culture, we don't have depression. It's just a bad day or the bad week.
Nobody wants to go to the therapist. Nobody is no. This but
So I guess recognize the symptoms, because there is a difference between a bad day and depression. And then don't give up. Yeah.
So for those young generations that might suffer this type of situation, talk to your friends or people you know they care, but truly care about you.
People you know.
Exactly,
Just
not
you know.
everybody. And for the parents, it's like be patient and understand this is a chemical dysfunction, if you will, or how when you lack a little bit of a vitamin, things like that. But that doesn't mean the person is a bad person. So we need to be patient to understand that, and instead of reject them, we have to love them as much as we can and make them know, let them know that they are valuable.
But I also understand that they, like you say, there's help everywhere. There's a 1-800 number that I know that in your organization.
And
I
don't
know
be afraid
many
to
community
call.
organizations. In the university, I went to visit the university of my daughter, and the first things that I did, I went to the mental health help, because I thought if my daughter is going to suffer, she will find help. And as a mother, if you go to the high school, go and ask for mental health, because it's something that we need to learn to talk about this.
Yeah.
We need to take it out of the closet and start talking, because that happened to you, that happened to me. And the statistics of the Latinos is very high.
We will do anything we can to help you if you're in that situation.
do you want to say something to conclude the interview, the conversation in
She
Latina?
did such a good job. Like, I think that was cool. It's like, don't give up. Talk to people who love you. Try your best to like be around things that make you laugh again, even if they don't at first, and just like keep going. I don't know, push forward. And don't give up, because you never know. Like, you can change destiny with your actions. You know what I mean? Like, you never know what you can accomplish if you stick around.
No, I think it's very important. What I have seen in Andy, since he decided to do something about this sad feeling all the time, is that he's now really thinking about, is this the right choice? Is this something that is good, based on principles? And if it is, go for it. But if it's not, then don't even think about it. It's not worth it.
It feels awful, but if you stick around, like, you will come out wiser, I want to say.
Yeah,
Just more, like, you'll know yourself, and you'll be glad that you stuck it out. You will. So,
well, thank you so
it.
much for
It
the
was a
program today.
pleasure.
We love you.
We love you. We're not alone. You're not alone.
No, we are not alone, and proof of that we are today is sharing your story, and we are working together to be our own family here.
Yes,
and,
yes,
helping each
help
other.
each other.
Thank you so much.
Oh, I love you.